Values is not acquired by what you say, but what you do and practice. Hey y'all, this is the People's Finder podcast by Mera Wirimo. Illuminate that which is hidden within you. Hey loves, welcome to the People's Finder podcast. I'm your host, Mera Wirimo. I'm so excited for episode 2, and today's episode will be talking about the importance of having values and principles. And before I start, I just want to ask you, how has your week been? How have you been? If you're not happy, don't worry. It only gets better. But as for me, I've been good. I've been happy. I was just questioning myself, and then something hit in my head, and I was like, you don't have to justify your happiness. If you're happy, you can just be happy for no reason. So nowadays, if someone asks me, why are you happy? I'll be like, no, for no reason. I'm just happy. Anyway, we're going to start the podcast. I wanted to talk about this topic because I remember when I was in last year, kidogo niseme, I remember when I was in campus. I'm still in campus. But I remember last semester, I was taking this class that was called Interpersonal and Group Communication, and I really loved that class. My lecturer was amazing, and she really emphasized about having values and principles. And you know what? That lecturer, her classes was so good that everything she was saying, instead of writing it on the notes, I was writing it in my personal diary. Imagine a lecturer that good, because she taught us more of life skills. And those are the kind of classes that I want. Sometimes these little things of life skills on how to navigate life, I really like those kind of topics. But anyway, we're going to start. So I'm going to start with how to get to know your values. For me, my advice first is to tell you to have a pen and a paper. It doesn't have to be now, but you can just put that in your diary. Write at least 5 to 10 values and principles that you want to follow in your life as a person. Because when I did that last year, guys, trust me, it really changed my life. I feel like I've been more happy and more at peace. It has been good because the way I was living, guys, I was living like a wild animal. When my friend would call me right now, like I wouldn't wait. I would go fast, shower, change. That's how I live, like a wild animal, guys. It was fun when it was there. It was really fun. But as you grow older, you realize that you need to get your shit together. To me, like you can't live like that anymore. And I'll forever be grateful for my early 20s. I really had fun. Grateful for that. But sometimes you just have to change. You don't have to continue doing the same thing. And tip number 1 that I'm going to give you, ask yourself, what will the best version of me do in every situation that you're in? Even when you're trying to get to write your values and principles, ask yourself, what will the best version of me, what to live by? What are some of the rules that I want to set for myself to be a better version of myself? That is tip number 1. Tip number 2 that I'm going to give you on how to get to know your values is basically getting to know yourself better. Get to ask yourself, what are some of my likes? What are some of the things that I like about myself and how I want to live? And what are some of the things that I don't like? If you don't like those things, remove them out of your life. Tip number 3 that I'm going to give you, this is kind of personal of how I got to find my values and principles. It was easy for me because this one would change my life. It was just living righteously, and I go by that. Just living righteously, do good to others, be good to others. So yeah, living righteously. You can check that. We can share because I feel like you can't go wrong with that. This is something that if I have kids, I will literally make them use the same values to live righteously, to always do good, no holding grudges, love people, make peace with people, and you'll never regret living like that. Trust me, you'll never regret. So, and before I continue, I want to read a quote. I was watching TEDx as I was doing a research for this video, and it was this video by Larisa Halilovic. Of course, she was talking mostly about values and how values govern people to live well. And she said this quote, and I thought this is very important. Values is not acquired by what you say, but what you do and practice. I'm going to repeat it once more. Values is not acquired by what you say, but what you do and practice. And this is so true, by the way. It's like no matter how much I tell you write them down and you don't follow them, then you've written them down for no reason. As a human being, it's really easy for us to get influenced by people. Like, especially if we say that we don't want to do certain things, that's when we end up doing them. So this is how you're going to do so that you can follow those values that you will write down later. Tip number 1, and the only one, consistency. Maybe, for example, you've decided, okay, I don't want to lie anymore. I'm done lying. And you want to start being honest and you don't want to lie anymore. Go by your day like normal. Stop thinking about it that much. You will end up lying for sure. And when you end up lying, you're going to sit yourself down and be like, okay, I've recognized it. Recognizing the mistakes that we make is the first step of being successful in whatever you're doing. Recognize the mistake, and then at least you've recognized them. So the next time you'll start improving and improving and improving. And there is this quote that says, if you do something for 30 days, is it 30 days, guys? I don't know the exact date, but Nikki Kamayo, if you do something for a very long time, then it's gonna be your routine. It's gonna be you. It's gonna be part of you. So don't give up. Recognize them, write them down, have them in your mind, correct them. So I'm gonna move on to another segment that I want to talk about, which is the importance of having values and principles in your life. I won't give you just tips, Peke, and then you watch up or no. I'm gonna show you the importance so that when you have them, like, it will make you just want to have them in your life, and your life will improve like crazy. So number one, you will not be easily influenced. Girls, I'm talking to you ladies. Aki, us ladies, by the way, we like influencing each other. I know it's always tamu to move in a crowd and to do all this fun stuff. And talking about that, I remember high school when we used to go to the toilet like 5 people, even if we don't feel like going to the toilet. Those were fun times, but we were young. But now we are growing older. We need to change some of the things. You can't move with how everybody is moving. You have to be your own person. You won't be influenced. Having that principle and value will build a foundation for you to stand on no matter what. And having a strong foundation for yourself will make nothing be shaken. Like, imagine this foundation. Imagine yourself as a house, and then imagine the bottom of that building is like the legs of a bed, and you're lying to yourself, me I'm growing, umefika uko juu. But again, one thing will happen and that whole building will fall down. So that's why I'm going to read this quote that I read. It says that once you take the foundation out of something, it will fall. And this is why we need to have strong foundations. And foundations are built by values and principles. Build something strong within yourself, something firm. Be firm for yourself. Trust me, it's gonna be better. So yeah, I've said importance number one. I even forgot what I was talking about, but importance number one, you will not be easily influenced. And I want to give you guys a story about Gypsy. I don't know if you've seen that movie, and if you've not, I know she's trending right now. So Gypsy apparently is this girl from America, and her mom literally tortured her all the way to her adult life. Like, her mom lied to the world that Gypsy was sick, so she used to give Gypsy medication, and Gypsy still moved with a wheelchair all her life, even though she could walk like a normal person. So when Gypsy grew older and hit that adolescent stage, she met this guy on the internet, and then they decided that they would kill the mom. So the man akaingia box because apparently they were in love. So the man came and they killed the mom and they ran together. So they thought that actually they are living happily ever after. So yeah. And as we speak right now, Gypsy has been released from prison, and the boyfriend is still in prison for life imprisonment, which is crazy. The boyfriend is facing life imprisonment. And if this boyfriend had strong values for himself, he wouldn't be influenced by anybody. So the second importance of having values and principles is it will help us know how we want to live. And this is what I'm gonna say. Have you ever entered TikTok? TikTok is such a crazy app. We see everything. Like, people live different lives. There is a lot of things in the internet. But having your values won't make you be swayed by what other people are doing, won't make you be swayed by the society. You'll have your ground and your firm stand, and you'll be more at peace. Your mind will be more at peace because you already know what you stand with. Even if other people are doing it, you won't actually hate on them or anything, but you'll be like, okay, let them have fun, but that is not me. I'm gonna do what I wanna do and what is best for me. Number 3 is decision helper. Having values and principles really becomes your decision helper. For example, you're presented with option A and option B. It won't be hard for you because you look at them and be like, oh, this goes well with my values, so I'm gonna check this. So before I finish, I wanna read something to you all. I was reading the book Mastery by Robert Greene. It's a book that I'm reading this month. I'm almost done, by the way. And it says, mbona nasema si it's Bible? It says, it is not generally acknowledged or discussed, but the personality we project to the world plays a substantial role in our success. I'm going to repeat it again. It is not generally acknowledged or discussed, but the personality we project to the world plays a substantial role in our success. This is why it's important also to have like values in different categories. Maybe your career values. This is how I'm going to behave at my workplace. Yeah, guys, I think that's the end. And I hope you've gotten something from it. Please, guys, share, like, comment, follow there on Spotify, because it's majorly Spotify, but I also put it on YouTube. So go check it out on YouTube too if you can't watch on Spotify, if you can't listen. So yeah, guys, thank you so much. See you guys in the next episode. Have a nice day. Bye.